Okay, anyone who is not live, please raise your hand now. This is an audio-only media, so that didn't help at all.
Only the ensign is raising his hand?
Currently, yes. Hello, and... Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Hello, and welcome to Pack Tactics Season 3. This is the 5th edition Homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign that just so happens to use some 2nd edition elements, including Spelljammer, because Spelljammer. And it's all kobolds all the time. Tonight I am joined by some awesome people, including Ellie, Io, and Jen. Eric is hanging out in chat, posting all the GIFs, and I imagine that Archbeth might be... Yep, there's Archbeth hanging out in the live stream chat. So, what happened last time?
We fought a zombie.
We went to the moon.
We went to the moon and fought zombies on the moon. That's it.
Yes.
Moon's haunted.
I'm trying to think what else we did. We found some kind of moss that glows, I think.
Yeah, it's phosphorescent moss, or moss-phorescent.
Oh, no.
I love how, as I said that, it shows up that Archbeth is typing it. And, you know, great minds think alike. This is what I'm going to say. And apparently my mind also thinks like that, too. But whatever.
What else did we do? We had trouble getting the ship going. And there's a hippo zombie to fight.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since then, I've discovered that there is a thing from Dungeons & Dragons where they've licensed off characters, so it's called Figurines of Adorable Power, and it includes a GIF that is blepping.
A GIF or a GIF?
Oh no, not that argument.
It is not a GIF. Actually, it is a GIF. It is a GIF. It is a hippo person with a cute, adorable tongue just sticking out, and it's got a nice little monocle. And the same company that does that has a red dragon that it's basically a chibi version of Monty. It's adorable. Everyone needs one. I don't need more plastic figures, but I need a plastic figure. Archbeth, a hippo GIF? Really? The only thing that upsets me about that is you thought of it first. That's what upsets me. Okay, fine. So, yes, you took a ramshackle spaceship to the moon. You had at least 10 minutes of air up until Dax started hyperventilating. Then that started going down rapidly. But you got to the moon. You found out that Lieutenant Commander Hollins, not Hutchins, Lieutenant Commander Hollins' ship had, in fact, been damaged beyond its ability to remain in orbit around the moon and had crash-landed. And you found a moon base that appeared to be abandoned, but you landed in it. And in your explorations, that's when you found a dragonborn in plate mail that was perhaps an ex-dragonborn with a amulet that included a symbol of Tiamat on it. But I'm sure that's fine. I mean, it's probably
which I took, I think. Yeah, I did take.
They were selling them at the gift shop. Yeah. Not in a tourist attraction that this particular Dragonborn went to, but like his aunt went to it, and she was like, I need to get him something. And there was a t-shirt that said, I went to Adrolanka, and all I got was his lousy t-shirt. But, it looked a little too tacky, so I got you this. Well, thanks. Thanks, aunt. Insert name here, because the DM can't be bothered to come up with new names. Oh, Karen. Whatever.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so Karen from the Waterdeep campaign has a nephew that happens to be a dragonborn that is currently undead, or was currently undead, because you killed that undead again on the moon.
Apropos of nothing, I'm pretty sure that Karen, despite being from a completely different planet, Jupiter's main rival at PTA meetings.
So, something about, despite being from a completely different planet, something PTA meetings.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said?
I heard the beginning and I heard the end, but I didn't hear the part that I know is funny, but I don't know it, so that's why I'm not laughing.
It's I said that despite being from a
rival to
completely
Bryn's
different
mom at
planet,
PTA meetings is what Arshbeth typed in chat. You know what?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to talk with Millie about it, but if she doesn't have any complaints, it's canon.
Yeah, I said Jupiter's main rival at PTA meetings.
I have a GIF for that.
A hippo person? Because if those are going to halfling not campaign, I have politics on the brain. PTA meetings.
No, in this case it was an animated GIF from Critical Role with one of the characters going, "It's canon!" with a brilliant smile on their face. Almost a rictus smile.
And a file name that we can't read on this stream.
That's because the name for that file, that is the username for the person who made the GIF.
Gotcha.
They are mentioned frequently in Talks Machina. Yes.
Speaking of which, tragically, the supplement that came out, that was released today or announced today, supplement and not special.
I'm thrilled that they're coming out with more content. I am actually quite happy for Chris in particular that one of his favorite campaign settings now has an official rule book and not a third-party rule book. But I was really hoping for Spelljammer. Oh well. So, where we ended the last session, you were in the main area, the hub, if you will. It's a very large cylindrical room that's open to space at the top of it, and somehow still holds air underneath because a wizard did it, is what I'm saying. And everyone who'd gone out exploring had run back. You were fighting a zombie GIF who was a former crew member of the Lieutenant Commander, and Chroma had hopped onto the ship in an attempt to start it up, and nothing happened.
And that's a problem.
Let me get back on there and see what I can do.
But you already expended all your spells.
Yeah, but maybe it likes me.
Alright, so what happens if you sit on it and I expend... No, that wouldn't work. We'd be piloting by committee.
Let's just see if it works. If it doesn't work,
we're not moving starboard enough. Could we add some starboard direction into it? All in favor? Well, can we workshop this? We need to workshop which direction that we're heading in, really. Mission statement. Did we make a mission statement yet? Okay, so we're going to adjourn planning our directions until we have a mission statement down.
I sit in the chair.
There you go. Action.
Nothing happens.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are still technically in initiative from the last session. I do have that written down.
Okay.
So nothing happens when I sit in the chair.
Nothing happens when you sit in the chair.
Huh.
Okay, get back. Get out. Maybe I can try to cast all my spells into it and such.
I don't know how these things work, but
theoretically I do.
Where am I in the? Where are we in the initiative order?
Well, I can tell you that right now, the Lieutenant Commander, it has one hand on each of the ensign's wrists and is trading headbutts with the ensign and simply saying, "I say, a little help would be appreciated. A little help over here.
I'll come out and help fight.
I'll fire at the ensign when I get the opportunity.
I'm not trying to make the ship go, so I'm just going to go out and help fight.
Okay. Because we started late and I can't be bothered, go ahead and roll an attack.
Roll what?
Roll an attack.
Okay. I've rolled a 4. I have missed.
No. What's your bonus to hit?
Oh, bonus to hit is... what's my bonus to hit exactly?
I can tell you right now, it's a lot.
I don't know where I'm supposed to look on the character sheet for this.
Plus 10 to hit.
So, okay, I'm looking at the right page now. I have a plus 10, so I have a 14.
Yes.
I rolled a 4. I got it now. I was looking at the wrong page.
So, fun fact, it's not wearing any armor, and it's a hippo person.
Okay.
It's a target-rich environment, and there's only one target.
Okay. So I've hit the hippo person, and let's see what that does.
2d6 plus 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 2d6 plus 8. I got a 5 and a 6, 8.
Okay, let me mark that off. And... How do you want to do this?
Okay, well, Zach's learned from Gox how to fight, so she's going to aim for his head and try to separate that from his body. Because that's how you know it's dead.
Okay, now, GIF are known for being quite large. They're still considered medium, but they're still quite large. So you take a page from the Kobold School of Barbarian and climb up the side of this GIF.
Why not?
With one hand. And the claws on your feet. And then you swing one-handed with your mighty hammer at this thing's head.
Yep.
And there is the sound that anyone who has ever watched a Gallagher performance knows so well. It's not just the sound of impact, but the sound of debris. And then you are riding a large amount of mass to the ground.
All right. Got him.
All right. I can fix it. I'm sure I can.
No, I do believe that
the problem.
The good ensign is unfortunately no more. This is not something that can be healed.
I think you're right about that. Does he have any ID on him or something to send his family?
I didn't mean fix him. I meant fix the ship. It's not working. That I can fix. I don't resurrect people. I'm sorry. Okay.
Good idea, Zach. Help me roll him over a bit. We can probably get some of the medals off of him to send home to his family. I'm told his mom is an admiral.
Oh, she'd probably appreciate that then.
Yes. Last name is something Way. Something Way. Janet Way, I believe. Yes, Admiral Janet Way.
Oh.
All right, so I'm going to collect medals off the ensign and hand them to the lieutenant commander.
Okay, so we have an Arcana check of 16 from Chroma to try to figure out what's going on with the chair. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the helm, but there is something obviously going on that's wrong. But it's what you have determined with a roll of 16 is that it's not the helm that's the problem.
Okay, the helm is working fine, which is weird because the helm is evidently not working fine.
It's kind of like, let's phrase it this way, and a higher roll would have revealed more information for this, but you kind of get the sense like if you have a ship and you drop anchor and then you try to go and unfurl all of your sails and go quickly in a direction, the anchor says, no, let's rethink this plan.
So we're attached to the stations now.
We need to disengage from the we need. The station, it's anchoring us.
You need to install a parking brake and then disengage it.
Maybe there's some sort of magical clamp, metaphorically, that we need to undo.
I'm gonna go.
I need to go looking for buttons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk around the spaceship.
Out of the chair.
God, there she goes. I'm gonna go walk around looking for something that might actually physically be holding the ship. Because if there's that, I can maybe try to break it.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I've got an 18, and perception is +2.
Okay, so not only is there nothing that appears to be physically holding the ship down, other than gravity, you don't see any signs that there's been another ship here in a very long time.
Zax, you want to join me and scout out the rest of the space station?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So when you previously went exploring, you took that narrow passageway to the northeast, and you decided that was a bad idea and returned quickly. You have a sort of platform that's pretty high up to the north that you might be able to scale your way to, but it doesn't look like it was designed for people to go that way. You have 2 passageways to the south on opposite ends of the hub, and you have a passageway to the west as well. And the DM is buying time as he uses the Firefox screenshot option to show you a better image of what's going on. Okay, so that's the room you're in.
Okay.
Okay, so previously they took the narrow passageway to the northeast.
Yes.
There is a platform to the north, and we haven't explored to the west, southwest, or southeast?
Correct.
Okay. I vote we start with the southeast.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the widest of the corridors. It'll be the easiest to run back down if we have to find something.
Right.
And the biggest, nastiest things can make their way down this passageway very easily. I mean, yes, this is an excellent idea. It's very good of you to think of this.
You said there was a door
I did.
that to the northeast that was off its hinges.
Yes. And you
is there anything I can do to put it back so that nasty things don't come down that way?
Your best guess is you'd be looking at least a half hour's worth of casting mending over and over again, and you still might not have all the pieces.
Okay, I guess we don't do that. Maybe I should stay with, see if I can unanchor it somehow.
If I might make a suggestion,
yes.
We previously split the party, and things sort of went south particularly fast. Might I suggest that we stick together to prevent that from happening again?
All right.
All right. They didn't seem like particularly cognizant undead, so maybe they won't try to trash the ship. So, yes, let's...
Would we notice?
I'd notice.
Ah, well, you have a finer eye for these things than I do. Right. So, off to the southeast?
Yes.
Ah,
yes.
Excellent. This hallway is wide enough to accommodate my muscular frame. Okay. And I've already shared the image of what you see in this hallway. It does continue further south. I just didn't copy-paste the entire length of the hallway. And there is a door to the west.
Well, let's go in the door.
Okay, it is locked.
Oh!
Let's hit the door with a hammer.
Yeah, I can do it. Back up.
Hey, wait!
Aw.
I want to try to unlock it.
All right, go for it.
Would you like to borrow one of my grenades?
I think not right now.
Yes, but not for this.
I'm told they are quite good at opening locks.
It is the material component for that.
All right, so Chroma pulls out of her backpack, and she's proficient both in and in the sleight of hand. I think we can all guess where Chroma learned these things.
We can?
Well, her grandfather is a rogue.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'm not good at reading sarcasm right now.
Well, I'm never sarcastic, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will roll sleight of hand, and that was a natural 1. So
you know the scene in Return of the Jedi where Han's like, I got it, and then the blast doors close.
Oh no.
Okay. Shocking grasp. And Chroma shoves her gauntlet thing up in the lock and casts shocking grasp.
Well, I am going to give you a moment to decide if you actually do that, because you know how I said, you know that scene in Return of the Jedi where the blast doors closed?
Oh.
A very thick metal door drops down, blocking the door and the lock.
Oh, I get out of the way. Okay.
Wise.
Okay.
So let's try hitting it with a hammer.
All right, here we go. Back up. Don't want to hit you. And I swing like a baseball bat. Try to crack the door.
I'm not going to require a roll because 1, it's a giant metal door.
Yeah.
And 2, it's a hammer of thunderbolts. So there is a reverberating sound that for the briefest of moments you're thinking that somebody cast Toll the Dead. So it's just
okay.
Boom. And it's slowly, like as you listen, you start to hear it sort of fade, but it's taking an awful long time, and it's resonating with the walls and the ceiling and the floor.
Did it crack?
It does not appear to be phased. That was a delightful note. Sounds very much like the dinner bell that we had back on the ship.
There's got to be something important behind these doors.
It occurs to me that this place has zombies, and we just rang a dinner bell.
Oh.
Zombies aren't that smart, though.
I think they know noise means dinner.
But this noise? I mean,
We've been making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
I might not have enough grenades for this.
We'll figure it out.
That's an evergreen comment, if I do say so myself. You hear sound coming from the south.
Yes.
Coming from?
The south.
Okay.
So something's coming?
Yes. It sounds like shuffling feet.
All right, I'm going to move towards it a little bit, so it'll attack me before it attacks anybody else.
Okay. As you move further south, as you move further south, you see that this hallway extends for quite some distance. Matter of fact, still further than your dark vision goes. Actually, I'm going to double check. Yes, definitely further than your dark vision goes. But as you go further south with your hammer raised, figuring, well, whatever's coming, they'll attack me first, and then I'll smash their heads off, because that's how you know they're dead.
Mm-hmm. That's how you know they're dead. That's how she was taught.
If you turn the head into a fine paste, it doesn't matter if it's attached or not.
Right.
And that's what hammers are for.
True.
You see at least 20 Dragonborn that are standing and sort of waving back and forth a little bit. They're walking on very unsteady feet. They all look very bloody and messed up, and they are shoulder to shoulder to the point where there's not really more than 3 across, because Dragonborn are quite large, and even though this hallway is big, it's not that big. And they are.
I guess Grease.
I love this game so much. You might think you know how much I love this game. You might think that you know, but you don't truly understand how much I love this game.
And considering that I'm an artificer, I feel like casting Grease is just throwing a glass sphere full of grease at the floor.
Yeah. At the same time, I blow the horn of heroism to give everybody 4 temporary hit points.
Cool.
Just in case the zombies didn't all hear where you were.
At this point, they've heard where we were.
I just used the ship as a drum. They know.
Okay, so dexterity save DC 14 or fall prone when entering the area. Or being in the area.
So the bad news is that's a D12, not a D20. The good news is if it was D20, that'd be a crit because that was a nat 12. Still, that does not count. I need to roll an actual D20.
D20. Yeah.
That'd be good.
I'm going to be a stickler here and insist that you roll a D20 for all of them. I'm sorry, for each of them.
20 zombies?
But,
if only I had some means of doing that. Let's see, what's there?
I'm just being silly.
But I'm not. I understand that I definitely could be silly, but
out of character, it alarms me that my 209. Wow, that's a heck of a roll.
Well, 20 D20, and you said the target number was 14.
Yeah, though you also said that they can't go more than 3 abreast unless they have some obscene dex saves. The first 3 are falling over.
Yes, and
how much zombie roadblock is there?
Well, the first 3 fall over as expected. The next 3 have a bit of a Home Alone moment where they step on the first 3. And for the briefest of moments, it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater, except it's not Tony Hawk. They're not pros. They're definitely not skaters. But an attempt was partially made. I do appreciate that there's one nat 20 in there for one of the Dragonborn zombies. But for the most part, yes, there's a pileup on the Beltway. You should probably just try to avoid it altogether. Find an alternate route. The
Lieutenant Commander, nice. I piled them up for you.
Right, I just need to get my grenade and, I think I might have used up my quota for the day. We're going to have to find the quartermaster.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. How far can I throw the hammer?
I can shoot one of them.
Not that far. I'll do.
Yeah.
Get the one that's standing.
There's a few that are standing. There's one of them that's making it look like there's a spot that didn't have grease cast on it. They are currently wearing a tutu. Looking at your Hammer of Thunderbolts...
It's 5 feet range, isn't it?
Well, it's 5 feet range if you're using it the way you're supposed to. But you can also throw it, which does an amount of damage where maybe you're not supposed to be throwing it, but you can anyway. It has a long range of 60 feet.
Okay.
And it will unleash a thunderclap audible for 300 feet.
Oh, that's going to be a problem.
And the target of every creature within 30 feet of your target, if you hit them, must succeed on a DC 17. So you could throw it further than the damage fallout would happen, but it would be an additional come and get it.
Yeah. I wonder what a thunderclap would do to the zombies.
Will a 15 hit?
The zombies? Let me
Yes.
check. 15 will not hit.
Okay.
These zombies are all wearing armor.
Ah.
Are they wearing helms?
Then I rolled shockingly low.
Some are, some aren't.
Okay.
I could pour endless water at them on the maximum setting.
Would that wash away the grease as well as how does that work?
I don't...
You get to drink from the fire hose.
Yay! You already have inspiration. I can't give you more.
All right. Well, we've established there's enough room in this hallway for me to wing the hammer. So if I just get closer, maybe I can take out the first 3.
Well, it's not the first 3 anymore because they're kind of starting to get stacked like cordwood.
Oh, wow.
Because the ones that have encountered the difficult terrain feature, I just realized that Ellie has already posted the out-of-context quote I gave about Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Thank you for that, Ellie. I appreciate you as a friend and player in my games. So the ones at the bottom are just sort of slowly getting pushed down into the stone floor a bit more. Or regolith floor, you're on the moon, but whatever. But the ones that are sort of like climbing over top are starting to fall down the other side of the small zombie hill.
Okay.
It's not as silent as one would expect. And thank you. And they're starting to get back up again. So if you continue to hang out here wondering what attacks you can and cannot do, you will eventually have some combatants to deal with.
Yeah.
All right.
I point my decanter at them.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chroma, do you have anything flammable in there? You have any flammable oil?
Well, grease isn't flammable edition of the game. No, I'm not going to break the... Maybe?
Okay, well, everybody but Hog down. Hollins.
Yes, sir.
Grenade.
I am currently out. Which way to the quartermaster?
All right, I'm just going to go start hitting them unless somebody
Then fire.
Else.
I'm going to do the... No, I have an idea, because, see, it's very... I should just do it. Geyser!
Okay.
Whoa.
So my plan was, let's see if we can set them on fire.
So,
And
Geyser,
them being
what do you
sort
do?
of-
It's a bonus action. It produces 30 gallons of water that gush forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. Target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or take damage, 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. But target an object. Yeah, I'm just going to point water at it and see if I can, with the greased floor, push.
Okay, so that's a 19. So the one that is getting back up again, they sort of slide backwards a bit in the grease, but they're not knocked over.
I've got another arrow with his name on it.
To Phoenix
22
Jr. with love. Wait, what?
And 22 is much
22 will hit
for
12 points of damage. Okay, noted.
these
It
are
takes
not
it to the
garden
knee.
variety zombies. Hey,
Maybe
these
I
are
sh-
perfect.
Sadly, his adventuring days were already over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it can't move, and it's preventing everybody behind him from moving,
Well, is the geyser a long-term effect, or is it a one-time shot?
It's a one-time thing, but it doesn't run out,
Okay.
basically.
So-
Everything is basically wet now.
Yes.
And greasy.
So it's a picnic where it rained.
I guess so.
On the moon.
We're
I love
whalers
this
on
game
the
so
moon,
much.
but there ain't no whale, so we tell tall tales and sing a whaling tune.
So I don't want to wait for the ones to wiggle their way through that if they can.
Okay,
Closer. You
I'll
know.
give the ship another try.
You hear a voice from behind you.
Okay.
Hello? Anyone there?
Hello?
Yeah, we're out
Are you a
here.
friend?
Are you zombies?
No,
No.
No,
we've been killing zombies.
Ah, okay.
they're very rude.
Yes, I agree. Are there a lot of them there?
Oh,
yes,
for now.
I cast great.
Okay. Would you like to come this way?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do that.
We'd like
Let's
to know
do that.
more people who aren't zombies. That is one of our we don't want to judge, but that's one of our number one things right now, meeting people who aren't zombies.
Yes.
Well, that's us.
Are you a
We are
member
not
of-
zombies.
Lieutenant Commander Hollins' crew?
Who what now? No, we're not.
I'm going to stay at the back and lay down suppressing fire.
Okay. So the voice is coming from the door that you managed to super lock.
Oops.
But-
There's no lock visible in now.
No, because the door is open.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes, someone on the other side has opened it.
Oh, good.
Yes, they are another Dragonborn. This one is also wearing plate armor, which oddly enough looks like it's in worse condition than the armor that's on the zombies.
huh.
Are they also wearing a symbol of Tiamat?
They are not currently.
All right. Well, let's all get in there.
I just want to say I want to roll like that in real combat.
Pretty good.
So, in the meantime, let's take a moment to cherish the participation of Archbeth in the chat. It's the parable of tolerance. If you tolerate zombies, all you get is zombies.
Nice.
I mean, accurate.
Yeah.
It works. It works
on that
as a
number.
statement.
Yeah.
It's not just symbolism. It works as is.
Mm-hmm.
All we want to do is eat your brains. I mean, we're not unreasonable. I mean, no one's going to eat your eyes.
I know that's.
It's a good song. And yes, because we're continuing to talk about chat, the image of Monty in dragon form trying to pick a normal sized lock is incredibly funny. And at some point, I'm going to try to finagle the plot line just so this occurs. It will be tricky because he's keeping the fact that he's a red dragon secret. So that'll be interesting. Okay. So,
Hello, I'm
Hi.
Chroma.
hi, I'm not. Sorry. Where's my manners? We gotta go. And
Okay,
we got a ship.
The doorway.
Okay. Well, we'll go in.
Does it fly?
Well, it did, but
It
we're having
should.
trouble with
So
that.
it doesn't.
But it's
So we
anchored
don't have a ship.
somehow.
Okay.
We just
Well-
need to unanchor it. I
Right.
don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. I promise.
She probably
might
will
some
figure it out
ideas.
too.
We have a zombie-proof room.
Yeah, let's
Is
go in
there a
there.
ship in it?
That would be nice. But right now, let's worry about not being eaten. And by the way, the suppressing fire is working for most of them, but not all of them. They are getting closer.
Oh. Okay. All right. In.
I could cast
Everybody go.
Grace again, but then I'd be out of spell slots. I say as I go
in.
through into the room.
Right. All right. We got everybody in now.
Okay. As soon as you get in through the room, he closes one door, but he doesn't have the super blast door come down. And hustles you out of the room through another door. I am not copy pasting the image for this because I can't copy paste a rectangle without huge spoilers.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but he leads you through a hallway and another door and down some stairs into a room that is apparently lined with a lot of furnaces. It doesn't take any kind of check to realize that they're furnaces because they are all working. They're generating a lot of heat. If kobolds weren't cold-blooded, you'd be uncomfortable. As it is, you feel like kind of basking for a little while. There's a nice rock that you want to lie down on. No.
So,
There's a small jar that's filled with
Yeah.
mealworms. Never mind. That was a bad joke. This room is incredibly long. If you had to rely on your dark vision, it'd be longer than you could see with your dark vision. As it is, you can see both ends of it because the furnaces are generating a bit of light as well. There are some walkways, some in better shape than others. Some of them have crumbled and collapsed at this point, that are about 10 feet up. In some spots you see there's people up there. There is a small collection of Dragonborn here in various amounts of armor, some of them not wearing any, some of them wearing better plate than this person that escorted you in here. And there are also a couple GIF. There's a few animations that are playing, but there's also some impersonations.
Okay. How long have you all been here?
Well, the longest of us have been here for about 20, 30 years. I've been here 5.
Oh, wow. What are you burning? Wow, wait.
I'm
You've
sorry,
been
you cut
here
out.
about the time. Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm probably a bit older than you.
Uh-huh.
By actually a considerable margin. They let kids fly spaceships?
Hey! Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm a little bit of a kid, but I'm almost not a kid. Here, look at my teeth. And Chroma prefers her necklace.
Zach nods like, see? Of course, there's your proof.
Very confused.
Oh, you have never met kobolds.
Is that what you are?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Did you think I was a small dragonborn? I'm not. I have a tail.
Yeah, the tail gave it away that you weren't dragonborn, but
It's okay. Kobolds tend to have this reaction on people who have never seen us before. You'll get used to it. It's all right.
Okay. In any case, I'm Tarhoon. Nice to meet you. Glad you're not zombies.
So what are you burning here?
Zombies, mostly.
That's what I thought.
What does it do? I mean, besides make fire.
Well, the fire's magical. It just keeps going, but we can crank it up, and we broke some things so that when the zombies start trying to come in here, we can just have fire go towards the door, and anything coming towards the door just gets turned into ash, and usually whatever's controlling the zombies has them not get close enough to do that.
I like how you break things.
It's a good plan. Mm-hmm.
But also, we don't want to be stuck here for years, so I need to figure out what's anchoring the ship so I can unanchor it.
Okay. Well, you might want to talk to the other GIF, I think they're called. They might know something about it.
Oh, maybe they have... Oh, no, they've probably used to.
By the way, the lieutenant commander has immediately walked over towards the other GIF, and has saluted, and has begun to go off on a diatribe of what has taken place up until now.
I'm going to walk over and wave.
Okay. The GIF do not immediately react to your presence. They are mostly listening to the lieutenant commander tell a rousing tale of your incredible adventures, and the many explosions that have occurred along the way. He seems to be rolling quite high on his performance check.
Hello, I'm Chroma.
Where are my manners? This is Chroma. She is a very capable engineer.
Uh-huh.
The GIF that the lieutenant commander has primarily been addressing looks down at you because at its height and your height, that's pretty much the only way it can look at you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he stands at attention, gives you a salute, and says,
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you, too. Chroma attempts to salute, but being a kobold, I feel like she's not very good at it.
well, give me a performance check.
Oh, maybe it'll work.
Oh, okay.
I am here for this content.
Okay, I rolled a 21, so I guess Chroma is good.
You give a perfectly acceptable salute. If you had done poorly, I would have said something like they gave a more United Kingdom salute, and you gave an American salute.
Okay.
But no, you copy their salute very well.
Very good. It's good to see that the youth these days are learning proper salutes. Wonderful. I am Captain Norways, formerly of the GMS Scandinavia.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. And
do you know what's anchoring the ship?
We were actually discussing things that might be preventing our ship from taking off, other than, the massive amounts of structural damage to the hull. That does seem to be a bit of a sticky wicket. But something further down the tunnels seems to be preventing anything that lands from taking off. It has been stranding the Dragonborn here for quite some time.
Down the tunnel where the zombies are? I'm going to walk over as I say that.
Unfortunately does not narrow it down. Most of the
the ones that we just fought with. Okay, yeah.
Down which tunnel?
All of them, for the most part. Probably.
Which tunnel has the thing that's stranding us here?
Well, whichever tunnel has the thing that's controlling the zombies, most likely.
What's controlling the zombies?
Near as we can tell, something with lots of tentacles.
Oh.
Mostly on its face.
Oh.
So an octopus thing?
More like an illithid.
Don't those exist?
The colloquial term for it that some groundlings will use as a mind flayer.
Have I ever heard of the mind flayer?
No, I don't know what that is.
Well, if you had spent your entire life on Circulus, the answer is absolutely not. However, the way the Kobold Society has evolved over the past 5 years,
It's true.
I will allow a history check.
Oh, I'm proficient in that.
I probably am not, but I'll try it.
I got a 24.
Let's go with yours. I got a 3.
So, mind flayers.
Can I make it a nature check instead?
No, they are not natural.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
That's a good point.
So, you are aware that illithids and or mind flayers, or whatever you want to call them, are creatures that are older than recorded history, sided with the old gods in various conflicts between the old gods and the new gods, and they're generally not nice people. They also have a bit of a hive mind. They have mind powers. They're the kind of stories that caregiver kobolds tell the little baby kobolds to keep them awake at night, thinking about all the things they did to misbehave.
Oh, okay. So we've heard of this.
So one of those thingies is controlling everything.
Most likely.
The zombies.
There have been a few sightings. It tries to not be up front and center. Several of the Dragonborn do have paladin-like abilities, so it's been trying to keep its distance. Or at least they did have paladin-like abilities 3 years ago. Things have not been working as originally planned, apparently. Something about forgetting their god. I don't really know how that works. I'm not much of a religious man myself. I'd much rather trust a firearm and a grenade at any time of the week.
Okay, so, yeah, that, right.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
That's a thing that happened, and that I,
Chroma, don't.
know.
No, just let it go.
Right, yes,
Yes.
So, yes?
Sounds like we got to kill one.
Yeah,
Yep.
right, yes, let's, go do that.
Probably got to fight a wall of zombies, but I'm down with that.
Any chance you have, like, a, I don't know, ventilation duct?
Yes, this was considered. Unfortunately, none of the ventilation ducts were able to accommodate our muscular frames or the muscular frames of the Dragonborn, so we were unable to...
Hi, I'm very small.
Yeah, we're pretty little.
Mm-hmm.
And as most of the zombies are reanimated Dragonborn, they have a similar problem. So we're fairly certain that the ventilation ducts will be completely safe.
Great.
You got a map of those, maybe?
A map is available in one of the rooms that is completely overrun with zombies. Yes.
All right, kill the zombies, get a map, then fight. What was that?
Illithid.
That. Yeah. It'll take a little while.
Yeah,
First Officer Swedens has been suggesting that we refer to them as squid faces.
that's as good a term as any.
Okay. Wait, is there more than one?
Further reconnaissance work will be required.
Right, we can do that.
Can we take a rest first?
Yes, this is an excellent place for it. It's quite warm, very soothing.
Indeed.
There are ample supplies if one does not require to eat or reload.
Well, at least it's warm.
Yes.
Yes.
And you've been playing for about an hour, so it's probably about time for you to take a 5-minute break. Okay, I'm going to press some buttons. We'll be right back.
we're back. And as a clarification, when the captain said that if you don't require food, it's a good place, he was specifically referring to them being low on supplies, not that they were out of food or that they were zombies, because this did come up, and that's not the case. Mostly it came up because I saw Archbeth type that in chat. Yeah, and they're also not eating zombies because...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
No, and also no, and what is wrong with you if you do, and also no. Zombie Zoop. No.
If you're eating zombies, prion diseases are the least of your problems.
I mean, it's still one of your problems, but yeah, it's the least of your problems. Okay. So, the bad news is that the various people who have been taking refuge in this furnace room are way too large to make their way through the ventilation ducts. The good news is you're not. Or maybe that's not the good news.
Gives us an opportunity at least.
Yeah. One of them does hand Chroma a small device with a little blinking dot on it, and it's going bing, bing, bing. And they say, I have no idea what this does, but maybe you can figure it out.
Ooh.
It turns out it's literally just a machine that goes bing.
Aww.
It's the most expensive machine in the entire hospital. Thank you, Monty Python. During your long rest, you do have some more conversations. I already told the players the various names of the GIF, so you've already met Lieutenant Commander Hollins. GIF, yeah. I get it right for talking about the animation, but for naming the big hippo people, I keep getting it backwards. You've already met Lieutenant Commander Hollins, but he serves under Captain Norway's, First Officer Sweden's, Commander Denmark's, and you unfortunately put a sorry end to Ensign Finland's. They were all crew members of the GMS Scandinavia. And GMS, by the way, does stand for GIF Mercantile Ship. Well, they are mercenaries. That's what the entire race does. And every member of the GIF, from smallest child to oldest great-grandparent, they don't tend to live long enough to be oldest great-grandparent. Mostly due to explosions, not from them having a short lifespan from natural causes. Has a military rank of varying degrees. From what you can gather and from what you can figure out from how various military forces work, they've kind of jumbled them all together. Like there's generals and admirals in the same force.
Huh.
Yes, and sometimes one overranks the other, and then they don't. And occasionally they throw a field marshal in there, probably just to cause chaos. Because no one knows where the field marshal rank goes. The field marshal will tell you one thing, and admiral will tell you something different. All the ensign figures out is they all outrank him, so he's just going to be stuck doing that day job anyway. Never mind about that. To give additional exposition from the Dragonborn, they weren't all paladins, but there was a significant number of paladins on this base, and they have been able to piece together. They know that this base was set up by followers of Tiamat. They know this. The ones who were paladins know that they were paladins of Tiamat. They are aware of this as well. But 5 years ago, they all forgot who Tiamat was. They were able to piece this back together by looking at their own records. And, there was a big temple to Tiamat in the one corner of the map. So that was a bit of a clue. The ones that were in the middle of a worship service to Tiamat were very confused. For quite some time, actually. But while they understand that Tiamat exists and that they were followers of Tiamat on an intellectual level, there's a certain amount of training that goes into the faith of any religion, especially if you are trying to get religious boons from said being that's being worshipped, so that you can do things like lay on hands, turn undead, smite.
Oh.
And they don't have that anymore.
That's upsetting.
Yes. And it was a bit of a problem for a while. The fact that they lost contact with the Tiamat worshippers that were planet-side was a bit of consternation. And the fact that an Illithid had set up shop on the moon also, or maybe had been there longer than them, they're not entirely sure which came first, the chicken, the egg, the dragonborn, or the Illithid. But about 3 years ago, things started going south a lot faster than had been going for the previous 2 years. And they've really only got maybe 15 dragonborn left here.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, a lot more than that if you count the ones that are no longer under their own power.
Okay.
So, into the ventilation we go?
Sounds like a plan.
We shall hold the fort, so to speak, until you return victorious.
All right.
Yes, and if you should find any grenades, please feel free to use them or return them to us so that we can use them.
I'll try myself.
Just
I
remember,
look at Chroma like, what?
just remember, every grenade is simply a dramatic explosion that has not yet happened.
Indeed.
And all of the GIF nods sagely at that statement.
Chroma also nods, somewhat less sagely and more enthusiastically.
Several of the Dragonborn fail an intimidation check that they didn't know was being made.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. So you hop into the ventilation ducts. They would be very claustrophobic for non-kobolds. They'd also be very claustrophobic for 9 kobolds, because there's only so many kobolds you can put into a ventilation duct before even they can.
Yeah.
And heaven help you if one of them is a kobold inventor, because they've got a skunk in a cage with them.
Oh, God.
And a scorpion on a stick. And
But I
green slime
don't
in a
have
jar.
any of those.
Well, no, you're a kobold artificer. That's a bit different. A kobold
True.
artificer makes incredible contraptions that do wonderful things. A kobold inventor takes a live scorpion and ties it to the end of a stick.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of a crossover. An artificer can also tie a scorpion to a stick if they so choose. But usually it's a mechanical scorpion.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. You are going through this ventilation duct, and you get to a point where you can go north or continue east.
Left
Do
or
we hear
straight?
anything from either?
Well, following the left rule, though I guess this probably isn't a maze.
Well, we don't really know. They didn't have a map.
Well, you passed by some guy named Bruce Willis like 3 times.
He clearly doesn't know where
Weird.
he's going.
He's been giving you
wouldn't
right
follow
of way
him.
each time. He's like, I just got to knock Snape off the top of a building. You've got a much more pressing concern. You go.
How about a turn left?
All right.
All right.
So you turn left and you go a ways, and you get to a spot where it continues north, but also continues down.
Ooh.
How far
Angled
does down
or-
look like? Like, is this a drop to a floor, or?
It goes down at least 30 feet, and then it goes off east and west.
I assume it goes down at least 30 feet all at once and not in a nice ramp.
Well, no, this is ventilation. Air usually doesn't take falling damage.
Right. If we go down that, how are we going to get back up if we have to?
Excellent question, and I propose we not go down that.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to require a dexterity check. I will allow acrobatics as well to get over the part where it goes straight down.
Okay. 11, and acrobatics is plus.
You cut out. Acrobatics is plus.
Total 13.
Okay.
Yes.
Neri's
is 15 for Neri, and Chroma is gingerly making her way across with a 16. So I've got good news for you. Neri makes it across, no problem. Chroma makes it across even easier. I want to say that she pulls out some type of device that she uses to adhere to the sides of the ventilation ducts. They might be magnetic. They might be suction cups. They might be suction cups made of magnets. It's something.
It's got an engine on it.
And gears that spin but do nothing.
Yep.
Just glue some gears up on it and call it steampunk. That's the trend of fashion nowadays.
I noticed that Zax was not included in that list.
Right, yes.
Well, yes. Yes, this is a true statement. Zax was not included on this list because the target number was in fact 15.
I missed that.
So Zax, give me a second roll.
Ooh, okay. That one's a 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Where do I end up?
I've got good news for you. The ground breaks your fall.
Oh, no. Okay. Sure. Am I still in the ventilation duct or not?
Yes. Well, you are at the bottom of the downward passage.
Okay.
You are going to take 6 points of falling damage.
It's okay. I have 50 feet of rope in my bag of holding.
How?
There are also scratch marks from your claws on both on two opposite sides of the passageway that you took straight down, where you made an attempt to stop yourself.
Right.
No, it was not more than 50 feet. It was 30 feet.
Okay.
Yes, it was 30 feet down, and what everyone in the vicinity heard was kind of like, imagine
nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, kind of like nails on a chalkboard, but instead it was kobold claws on aluminum.
Mm-hmm. Probably her feet, too, because she'd be hanging out of the hammer. So that's lovely.
So do we follow her down, or do we bring her back up?
What do I see down here?
You see a passageway going east and west.
Well, there's another passageway down here we can check out. Getting down here is not too much fun, though.
Can you catch us?
Yeah, sure. I can try.
I am here for this content.
I'm going to put down the hammer and get ready to catch kobolds.
All right. I'm going to try and... How wide is the tunnel down?
It is just wide enough that you could try bracing yourself by pushing against opposite sides. Climbing back up would be slow going, but not impossible if you just tried to do that without any aids.
Push my back against one side, push my feet and my hands against the other, and sort of crab walk down.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try that.
I'm going to try that too.
Yeah. The only issue with Jen's character is a natural 1 prevented a more gentle descent.
Right.
I get it entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But I will then require an additional acrobatics check from both of you to see how lithely you descend into the dark abyss.
6.
And 16 for me.
Who goes first?
I'll let Chroma go first.
Okay.
Good plan.
Zax.
Uh-huh.
You offered to catch.
Yes. I'm going to try.
It's not acrobatics. It's just straight up dexterity.
This is slipperier
I've rolled
than
an 18, and dexterity is +2. So it's an 18 +2.
Fantastic. Now, it's still 30 feet.
Yeah.
So that's not a... I appreciate the Doppler effect going on there.
That's nice.
So we see Chroma go, this is slipperier, and starts sliding down. Ah! We see Zax look up and extend her arms to catch Chroma. Then we go back to Chroma, go back down to Zax, looking up, arms outstretched. Go back up to Chroma. Zax takes a bacon break. Then goes back up and extends her arms. You both take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Zax catches Chroma. Chroma is still going, ah!
You're on the ground now.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Actually doing the Doppler effect with her mouth.
You know what? That's canon. If Chroma wants it to be canon, it's canon. I'm not going to do that to the character.
Zax, have I told you you're my favorite big sibling?
Not lately, but it's always nice to hear.
You are also both
now.
prone and occupying the same 5-foot square.
I'm going to lift her off of me, move her over a little bit,
and then Neri gracefully crab walks down.
Oh, good.
It's like stuck in a tree trunk.
All right. Okay. Well, which way you want to...
This
is East or west?
I have a feeling I'm going to have running gags for at least 2 of my characters. Neri's got It's like the time and wait, that's not supposed to be here. And I've been dirtier.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We're not even supposed to have dragons on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
So, east?
Okay.
Okay, so you head east, and you come to the end of the tunnel. There is a metal grate with some light coming through, and a room on the other side. Apparently a quite large room.
Is there anybody in it?
You'd have to look through.
I
Look through.
Okay. You see, this is a mostly circular room, not nearly the same size as the hub where you landed in originally, but it's still circular. It has 4 pillars equidistantly spaced around it, and a small pool of brackish water in the middle of the room. The pool is roughly 5 feet in diameter. It's not very large at all. And there appears to be a larger than normal brain in the middle of it.
A what?
I slowly reach towards my decanter of endless water.
Okay, so remember the comment about how there's probably going to be some running gags?
Yeah.
I think we found Chromus.
Yeah.
There are also, it appears to be a few zombies lining the walls, but not a whole lot. Like, looking through the grate, you can see 3. They're fairly spread out and just sitting against the wall, not doing much of anything other than slowly rotting.
How far down is the floor of this? I'm not going to go through, but how far down is it?
Maybe 10 feet. It's not very far at all.
It's just a brain.
It looks very brainish.
Okay.
And it's just sitting there like a giant brain?
Well, imagine, if you will, a pool that was filled with a brain that didn't have a body. That is exactly what you see.
Weird.
I am the greatest. The big brain and win again.
There's a little label that you can just make out from here. It says Abby something. Normal. You're pretty sure that says normal.
You think this is the thing controlling the zombie?
Maybe.
I don't.
Well, maybe there's more zombies. Yes.
Okay.
By the way, the image that I shared with you, you are looking through. On this map, it looks like a door that's on the western. It's not a corner, but the western part of that map.
Okay.
Gotcha. And you can see that there are exits to the southwest and the north.
And northeast.
But at that angle, you're not going to be able to see much more.
Gotcha.
I know it's not a friend. I know I shouldn't, but I've never seen anything like that before, and I really want to know.
Also, let's face it, the Kobold clans have a history of befriending the undead.
Yeah, this is true.
It's true.
Well, if you want to talk to it, you should probably do it
before I shoot.
Yeah.
Hi, giant brain. My name's Chroma. It's nice to meet you.
I was not expecting that to be so fast.
Well, you know.
Are we looking down through the grate or across through the grate?
I assume I'm sticking a hand through the grate and waving.
Yeah, I'm assuming you are too.
I am okay with this content, and the answer to the question that was asked is it's down and across. You've got a 10-foot drop to the floor from where you are. If you did the stereotypical kick out the grate and drop down, you'd be dropping 10 feet.
Okay, but so I guess my question was, I'm assuming we're in like a rectangular prism vent system. Is it is the grate on the wall of the prism, or is it on the floor?
It's on the wall of the prism.
So I could sit down and kick it out.
Yes, you could. Well, with a suitable strength check, you could.
Okay, so sit down and kick it out.
Probably.
Okay.
Chroma, by the way, gets no response from her yelling out shouts of friendliness.
All right,
zombies also.
I don't think it hears me. It doesn't have any ears.
It doesn't have ears.
And I can't build a hearing aid with what we've got here. And I don't know what I'd attach it to anyway.
Maybe it's not alive. Like, not able to talk to you because it's dead? maybe?
It actually isn't clear to me how we know that the bodies around the room are zombies and not just dead.
Well, you figure that they're zombies simply because the bodies look like they've taken enough structural damage that you would hope that you weren't still alive, because that'd be very painful.
Oh, so
and they're also standing upright. Yes.
Okay, so they're standing under their own power. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise I'd say they were bodies. And then have them spring up. But
all right, there you go.
No, they're not trying to hide the fact that they're zombies. They have accepted this. They have embraced it.
Y'all go ahead. I want to check something real quick.
All right, so let's try to get down, and maybe I can. Well, I don't know what I'll do when I'm down there, but I'll figure it out when I'm down there.
Okay, well, when the zombies move, I'm going to fight them. Okay, I think we have a plan, maybe?
Well, I don't think you have a plan, but you have something that is something like a plan.
Yes.
Chroma picked it up from her mom.
Okay. I thought there was an aim action, but I guess not.
There used to be in previous editions, I think, but not in this one.
Okay.
They've rolled it into other abilities like sharpshooter and stuff.
Right.
Okay. So you've got this grate in the way. If you want to get down there, someone's going to have to remove it in some way, shape, or form.
Can I try to unscrew it?
On the outside, I imagine.
Well, they're on the outside, but as an artificer, I would not be surprised if Chroma had some type of tool that could.
Oh, she's got one of those bendy shaft.
An Allen wrench.
not a.
But like a socket wrench that has right angles.
Well, Discord just straight up crashed on me.
Oh.
I'm honestly surprised it hasn't crashed earlier for one of us.
Yeah.
Yet we keep using it. That's an us problem.
Yeah. No, there's a kind of tool that has a flexible shaft.
I have seen them. And I would not be surprised if Chroma had one that's available. So if Chroma wanted to make a sleight of hand check to try to unscrew the grate, I would allow it. Or
I would love to try to make a sleight of hand check.
Or if Zax wanted to just say this is taking too long and kick it out, I would also allow that. That would be a strength athletics check.
I isn't going to do it.
You managed to undo a few of the screws, but what mostly happens is there's one of them that you're fairly sure that those threads were stripped before you got here. That wasn't you. It was just poor construction work. This is what you get when you hire the lowest bidder instead of hiring for quality.
All right. Well, she's explaining all of that. I'm going to kick out the grate.
Okay, strength athletics check.
I've rolled a 2. Didn't work so good. Do I have tactics to try again?
So now there's that. Well, not for this. So that screw that you're fairly certain the threads were stripped before.
Mm-hmm.
You are certain beyond any doubt that yes, the threads are definitely stripped at this point. The grate is no longer hanging onto the wall the way it was before. It is leaning to one side a little bit. There's no longer the holes through the grate are no longer at a right angle with the walls.
Oof.
And if the air kicks on, this thing's going to be rattling like crazy. It's going to be very annoying.
Can I use my inspiration to try to hit it with the hammer?
Oh, I would just try again.
Just try again? Can I do that?
You may try again.
Okay. That one's a 13. I don't know what I'm supposed to add to that, if anything. But
you succeed in making a lot of noise.
It's if Jen rolled a 13 on the dice, that's no less than a 20.
Oh, right, because the hammer got a plus 10. Yeah.
Well, because your strength gives you a plus 7.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so did it
work? So keeping that in mind, the first roll was enough, I think.
Okay.
Because we forgot you've got 2 magical items that boost your strength up to an insane level. Because I said, give yourselves whatever magical items you want. Your patrons happen to be level 19 kobolds, 2 of which have the whiff spell available, and one of which is a polymorph gold dragon.
Right.
Your athletics is a plus 9. Okay. So you rolled that's a 22.
Okay, so backing up, the threads are stripped. That statement is still true. This grate is now on the other side of the room, and it makes a horrible clattering, clanging sound as it sort of like bounces the last few feet across and then comes to rest up against the foot of one of the dragonborn zombies on the far side of the room.
Hello!
Nothing reacts.
That's odd.
The one zombie is named Nothing. It starts to react. No, I'm joking. There's nothing in this room is moving except for kobolds.
If I jump down, am I going to fall into the pool?
Oh, no, the pool's in the middle of the room. You're on the far side.
Okay.
What are the little circles?
Those are pillars.
Pillars, okay.
They may or may not be load-bearing. You don't know.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm going to drop into the room.
By the way, the squares on there are 5 feet each, just so you know.
Okay. I'm going to drop into the room and then move out of the way.
Okay. Now, like I said, the grate is now the opening. The grateless opening is 10 feet up, but if you drop yourself down and hang by your arms, you can then drop the rest of the way and take no damage. So that's my
what I'm
assumption.
doing.
That's what you do. Congratulations, you are in the room.
I'm going to do that too.
Okay, you do it.
And I'm going to follow. I'm going to drop the hammer down first, not on my friends, and then do that.
Zax puts the hammer down.
Yeah. Yep, and then do the same thing to climb down.
Okay. Yep, you're all in the room. Congratulations.
I'm going to go examine.
The best of this is something's going to trigger something, and none of you know what it is. So you keep telling me one more thing, and one more thing, and one more thing.
Oh,
I'm waiting for zombies to move.
I'm keeping an arrow knocked. I'm 100% sure we're gonna There's got to be an ontology bearing something in here.
It turns out this entire room was just for aesthetics. The brain in the middle is actually made of fiberglass.
Oh.
It cannot be your friend. It's fiberglass.
If you flip it over, you see a Made in China logo. Not true.
So that's another gift ship, right?
Must be. They got funny names.
Oh, I love this game so freaking much.
Just so you know, I don't currently have inspiration.
I thought I gave it to you before the game started because of something you said.
No. You gave it to Ellie, who already had it.
Well, you've made me laugh multiple times tonight, so you have inspiration.
Yay!
The only reason I wasn't giving you inspiration was because I thought I'd already given it to you.
The problem with naming a ship Made in China is that you've got to rename it when she's got kids.
I will not laugh at that. I am one with the Force. The Force is with
Mommy China.
Okay. So is there anything you want to investigate?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I want to investigate the brain.
Okay. It's squishy. Or at least you think it is. I don't know if you touch it or not.
I touch it.
It's definitely squishy. And wet and cold to the touch. Now, I know EO the player is much younger than the DM, because the DM is old. The DM remembers back in the day, in science class, one would have to dissect things that have been soaking in formaldehyde for quite some time.
I dissected a starfish once.
Interesting.
Had it been soaking in formaldehyde?
Yes, I think.
Then you are very much familiar with the texture of this brain.
Ugh.
Kind of rubbery and squishy. And you feel if you push too hard, things will break rather than bend. If you push a little bit, it bends.
Hello? Are you alive?
I don't think it's alive. I'm going to check out the northeast corridor.
Okay.
Hello?
So you head towards the northeast, and you see... you'd like to say that you see a door there. You just see blackness. It's not a door. It's not a wall. It is just featureless black.
And it starts suddenly?
Yes, like that same moss that you've seen all over the place in this moon base is in this room also. It doesn't look like it was cultivated to be here recently. It's just whoever has been maintaining the space hasn't cared about getting rid of it. So it's just been growing.
Right.
But when you get to this spot, it just stops. And whatever light that's being created by the moss stops at that spot also.
Okay, nobody go that way.
Good to know.
I'll go to the southwest and check that out and see if it does the same thing.
Okay. The southwest has the same thing. Go figure.
Okay. This is a dead-end room, and we should get out of here. There is, and understand when I say this, I mean it literally, nothing in either of the exits.
So they exit into space?
Not nothing interesting. Nothing.
So they exit into space?
No, because there would be stars there.
There's a small man with
Nothing.
a racing snail that says, yeah, it's nothing.
I want to throw something through.
Okay, you can do it with one of the zombies.
There are two kinds of people in this world.
Yep.
There's nothing. We should leave. Let's throw something at it.
I grab one of the zombies by the wrist.
Okay, you grab the wrist. The arm doesn't resist you grabbing it. Like, you'd be able to shake their hand vigorously and say hello if you wanted to. I kind of assume that you do, to be fair. But
yeah,
it doesn't seem interested in going in directions that you want it to go in regards to the body as a whole. So as you pull on it, it starts to lean in your direction, but it doesn't start stepping forward.
Okay, fine. Here, I will hand Chroma an arrow.
I heard two people both getting cut out by Discord at the same time.
I have a decanter of endless water. I can shoot water into it.
Okay.
Okay. You attack the darkness
Geyser!
with a geyser. The geyser goes right into the darkness, and it doesn't splash back like it's hitting a solid surface. It goes right into the darkness.
I have... Maybe it's a darkness spell, a permanent one.
Okay.
At this point, everyone make a DC 16 intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
Oh God, I've rolled a
proficient in
4.
those.
I've rolled a 4.
I fail.
Yeah. What is my intelligence?
If
Plus
you
Wow,
one.
wish
nat
to
20.
use your inspiration, this might be a time to do it.
I will use my inspiration and try again.
Yeah.
26, because I got a nat 20.
This time
No,
I've rolled
that
a
didn't-
1. The barbarian is
Yeah.
not doing well with checks.
Okay, so we've got a nat 20 for the artificer.
And failures for everybody else.
Okay, so those of you who fail, you are going to take... I should roll this. That's pretty low. You take 8 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned.
Okay, I am down to
guys?
6 points now.
Ow.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
When this happens, it radiates out from the darkness where the geyser went. You see, your best way of describing it is reality ripples in your general direction. And as the ripple goes through you, things move in ways that things shouldn't be able to move. You know there's like 3 dimensions. This moved in different dimensions than that.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then out from the darkness steps 4 humanoid beings with faces that look... Now, granted, you're kobold, so inhuman faces is not that terrifying. But the skin is pale. It looks like it's falling apart in places. The eyes are sunken and glowing red. And where the nose and mouth would normally be, there is a collection of writhing tentacles.
Uh-oh.
And that's where we're going to end it
are
tonight.
you elephants?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
That is exactly where we're going to end it for tonight. And thank you, everyone, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Tonight, I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Ellie, Io, and Jen. We had Archbeth hanging out in the chat like usual. And we had Eric hanging out for a while, which was also awesome. Let's do some plugs. So, Ellie runs a social media network, elec.xyz. It's Mastodon compatible. So, if you have a Mastodon account almost anywhere in the Fediverse, I think it's joinmastodon.com or something like that. You can make an account places. Well, our information for how to follow us is in the show notes for this.
Yes.
Io's mom writes books. You can get those at elizabeth-mccoy.com. Jen has a blog and podcast. You can get that stuff at bookofjen.net. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. You can join our other illustrious patrons, such as Alice, Chris, Cindy, Ellie, and Eric. And until next time, this is Crash saying, "Oh wow, are you Illithits?" Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.